Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of A Healthy Dose of Fran. Today, Percy Jackson returns in a new video looking at the Trials of Apollo series, but in particular its titular character, Apollo, and one question that I have about the final book and how it may end this year. And this is a question and a thought that is posed by the Arrow of Dodona. So today's video is, will Apollo stay mortal? I appreciate a good boon as much as the next person, but if I'm going to contribute to this quest and not just cower in the corner, I need to know how, my voice cracked. How to be me again. The vibration of the arrow felt almost like a cat purring, trying to soothe an ill human. Art thou sure that is thy wish? What do you mean? I demanded. That's the whole point. Everything I'm doing is so... This line from the Tyrant's Tomb, and there will be a few possible spoilers for the Tyrant's Tomb, so if you are concerned, I'll possibly put a time here that you can skip to where you don't get any spoilers. But in the Tyrant's Tomb, this conversation between Apollo and the Arrow of Dodona about Apollo finding his immortal strength again to help them win this battle. The Arrow of Dodona seems to understand Apollo at a deeper level, and so he questions whether Apollo does actually want to become immortal again, or if that is actually truly his wish from everything he has experienced throughout the whole series so far, everything he has learned. Does he truly want to go back to being an immortal being? So I have a few things about this idea, and something that I think may be explored in the final book that is due out in a couple of months' time. And I kind of half hope they are explored in some form, and whether the answer of being Apollo becoming immortal again or staying mortal will be answered in that book. I definitely want to explore the possibility of him staying mortal. So here are my reasons as to why Apollo will stay mortal. Now, out at the start of the series with the Hidden Oracle, we meet Apollo, who has just been kicked out of Olympus. I know he said heaven, that's completely different. That is the metaphysical, as Chiron says. We meet Apollo, who is, well, we know what he's like from the series. He is selfish. He is big-headed and pig-headed. And he's just a bit of an asshole, really, and he continues to see mortals and demigods as just playthings, even throughout the whole book. Even after a while he starts to learn and see things from a different perspective, that is still in the back of his mind. And with him now having to go on a quest, he continues to feel this way because he is frustrated. Why should he, an immortal, powerful, thousands upon thousands year old god, have to do something as insulting as going on a quest to deal with the mess that he made? Why not have someone else do it? Then in the Dark Prophecy, he begins to learn new things. He begins to experience the ideas of mortality. He meets Emmy, a woman who he offered immortality, who joined the Hunters and continued to be immortal, but has now rejected his gift of being immortal and has become mortal, so she and her love Joe can grow old together and have a family. And he, at the start, is livid with this fact. He can't believe that a gift that he gave has been so easily thrown aside. But then as he continues to experience the mortal world and realise the mistakes that he has made as an immortal being, such as the killing of his son who became an oracle, the pain that he has caused this family because of his actions, he begins to see the world in a new light. Then in the Burning Maze, he sees the true aftermath of what he has done. He becomes more involved emotionally, physically, mentally in this war and this horror that the world has, that he and the gods have caused. And he experiences true loss. He loses someone who is family. He loses someone who wanted to make the world a better place because the gods wouldn't. And he truly understands the error of his ways and the ways of the gods. Then in the tyrant's tomb, this continues. He is surrounded by grief and pain, and he experiences this at a level that, while he wishes he didn't have to, while he wishes he could be immortal so he could never experience this pain again, he is thankful for feeling this because he knows he needs to. He knows that the gods need to change. And now he's even resentful of himself and the gods. They knew what was happening, even if it was only subconsciously. And they did nothing. He is seeing this world in a new light, in a light that shows the gods as who they truly are. Bad people. While they may not be human, so not technically people, they aren't good. And yet Apollo, for all of his life, up until his fall from grace this final time, he never believed the gods were evil. He never believed that the gods were bad. He believed that they were perfect, that he was perfect. But as the books have continued his story, as he has continued on his journey, as he has met people and gained connections and experiences and found family and love with these demigods and mortals, he realizes that that is not true, that the gods being perfect, the gods being all-powerful, all of that is a lie. Everything that he has learned, I believe, may be the reason why he decides to stay mortal. He wants to change the world. He wants to help continue Jason's story, Jason's message, Jason's hope for this new demigod world. He wants to finish what Jason started, so Jason is never forgotten. I think also he fears what will happen if he does become immortal again. Like it has been said in the past, that while the gods made an oath to claim all of their children to Percy, they don't always keep it. In 100 or thousands of years later, they'll stop doing it again because time is different for them and their ability to care doesn't last very long. And Apollo admits this. He knows it's true. So I feel he will stay mortal because he fears falling back into these old habits. He fears the knowledge that, in all honesty, he knows if he were to become immortal again, maybe 100 years he would continue Jason's mission. He would continue to support the demigods. But the 100 years after that, he may find something else to entertain him at that point. And all the things that he knows needs to be done will be forgotten like that. And so that's why I believe that he will want to stay mortal. He will want to continue to pass on these messages to the demigods, to make a difference in the world, because he fears what will happen if he does become immortal once again. Now, this video has gotten incredibly serious, and I didn't actually intend for it to be that way. My voice apparently just decided, we're going to be serious. We are going to make everyone feel something. I don't know why I made this really dramatic and did this, but this idea of Apollo possibly staying immortal, I really like the idea of. Yes, he is a god. He is a Greek god. They exist. He's a god. That's the point there. But I think it would work for his character to stay mortal. It would finish his character arc, because he will change his way of thinking about everything. I don't think it will happen, in all honesty, but it'd be really interesting if that was his decision in the end. But what do you guys think? Do you think Apollo will stay mortal, or do you believe he will become immortal at the end of the trials of Apollo? Whatever the case, let me know in the comment section down below. Before I sign off, I want to give a massive thank you to the fantastic artist of today's thumbnail, the Expiry. The Expiry is a fantastic artist and I absolutely loved their work for this thumbnail. So the Expiry, thank you so much. Guys, all of their links are down in the description box, so go check them out and support them. Another before I sign off, I have now started up a Percy Jackson read-along podcast called the Best Damn Camp Podcast. All the links for that will be down below. I'm incredibly excited to continue with this project alongside doing YouTube and theories, and yeah, just generally I'm really excited. So if you are interested in podcasts, go check that out. In general though, I'm going to thank you so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. If you go to the description box down below, you find the links to all of my social media, my merchandise store and my Patreon. If you guys want more Percy Jackson content, of course be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you haven't already. And you know, check out my podcast of course. Again, thank you so much for watching this video and I will see you guys next time.